Hey now, take a step outside and seize the day now. Set aside your...
Hello lovelies and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Jade's Crafty Life. If you are new here, please hit the subscribe button. Also, if you enjoy the video that you're watching today, please also give it a like down below to let me know that you enjoyed it and to let me know to keep creating content similar to what we're doing. So as you can see today, we are doing a flip through of Colouring Heaven's Fantasy Cat Special. This is one of the monthly subscription magazines that you can opt to choose to have as a subscription monthly through your door, or you can buy the magazines in certain stores worldwide. I think it's worldwide anyway, but I have this delivered to me monthly through the door, so this came in my latest arrival. I have a couple more flip throughs of their magazines to do, but they are colouring books that weren't included in this subscription. They are ones I bought separately, so they'll be in a separate video. But this one today is themed around cats, which if you know me and my channel, you know that we are a big fan of cats. I have 3. Well, me and Michael, we have 3, and they're basically just our children. They act like children half the time, but we are a big fan of cats, so having a cat themed colouring book is gonna win us over. And this one's not just a cat themed book, this is an awesome cat themed book. There's some really cool designs in here that I wouldn't have even have thought to put together with a cat. So we're going to do a quick flip through of the book itself so you can see what is included in this book and whether you kind of like it or not, and maybe you'll want to go ahead and purchase it if you haven't already. So in here obviously you can see we have 40 whimsical feline designs, and they're from Jeff Haney. I hope that's how you say it. That's how I'm saying it. I'm not sure if that's correct. As usual, on the inside of the first front page, so the front page is made of card and the other pages are made of paper, but they always make it so that you can colour in the cover and the back if you want to. Sometimes they have designs on the back, sometimes they don't. So this one does. And I think this picture is actually repeated inside the book as well. So it's a card stock on the front and back, and then you've got paper inside. So it's quite a nice image to colour in. I need to work my way through all of these books and actually colour in the covers, because that might make them quite colourful in the book collection. I do have a problem with this book that I'm going to have to contact them about, which I haven't done yet and I need to, and I'll point it out and maybe you'll see it before I even tell you about it as we progress through the book. But it's something that I was going to ignore, but it kind of got a bit too much to ignore, and I don't want it to ruin the pages I end up colouring and putting a lot of time into. And I did purchase the book at the end of the day. I've spent money on it, so I'm going to have to raise the problem. I hate complaining. So a little bit about Jeff Haney is written on the inside as a artist themselves, and there is contact details there if you wanted to head over to their Facebook page, and they also have a website. And then there's all the contact details for Colouring Heaven themselves and the producers who published this book for them. And then here you have the colour combination chart, where obviously this is cardstock and that's paper, so it's not really a chart for you to practice your mediums on that you want to colour with to see how they would kind of go together in this book. This is more for working out colour combinations that you might want to put together that you wanted to see what they would look like together. As we have it here, this is the first page in the colouring book for you to colour, and it's looking very steampunk cat, and it's quite fun. There's a lot. The more you look at the picture, the more you kind of notice. So there's like a mouse there playing some instrument, and then a treat-o-matic thing there, so the cat can just pull the lever and it kind of flings a treat probably into their tea or into their mouth or something. And then here, this looks like some little burners that constantly keeps the cat's drink warm, which is probably milk. What else do we have? There's some kind of strange creature here, not sure what that is. It's got a really long nose and a little wispy beard going on. It's really a really fun page, and it's going to be very interesting to colour. I would love to see other people's adaptations of this with what colours they use and how they end up designing this. I love it. There's some kind of writing on the hat. So this says Chunky was here, but it's spelled W-U-Z. And this says class 79, and then there's just some random numbers. It's quite a funny image, and I love the kind of designs where, well, I love the artwork where the more you look at it, the more you notice it kind of it keeps you looking at it for a while. But this first page does have the problem that is throughout the book, if you haven't already noticed, but there is a blue ink splodge here and a blue ink splodge here. Now when I first noticed it, I was like, well, I'll just colour those in kind of dark colours and probably won't hopefully notice it coming through, but there are colourful ink splodges throughout the majority of this book, unfortunately, and it's just got to be like too much where I don't feel comfortable covering it up, because I don't want to have to use dark colours on all of them if I didn't want to. So it's not a big deal. I'll just mention it to them and probably send this back if they want it returning, and hopefully have the pages sent out that are not affected. But not every page is affected and they're not all obvious, so it's not too much of a big deal. So as the current, sorry, I have a really big baggy jumper on today. It's a cold day and any excuse for a big baggy jumper. Throughout all of the Colour in Heaven books, they're all laid out the same, so far the ones I've come across anyway, and they normally have the first design on that inside of that page, and then they're all one-sided pages, so then on the inside of that page they normally explain what the image is, but there seems to be no names for these on this page and kind of no explanation, so I guess you could just give it your own name and be creative that way. But obviously we have the second image here, and this one kind of reminds me of an Egyptian cat. I don't think that's the theme that it's meant to be, because there's some kind of dragon looking fish flying around them, so I'm not sure what that is, but it's the way that there's all jewels hanging down. It kind of just reminds me of, like, I don't know, Egyptian and jewels. I'm not sure. That's what the, like, I feel like this may be a Sahara desert in the background. That's the kind of image I'm getting. But there's a little picture of a cat head there, sneakily. It's weird, like there's little bits added in that you kind of notice as you're going along, but there's a little cat head. Hopefully it'll focus. There's a little cat head right there, and there's not one on that side, so I feel like it's like a little secret hidden gem there. But it's such a beautiful cat, and she feels, well, seems to give off the vibe of very glamorous and precious. I feel like this is going to be a night sky, obviously because of the moon, so this would be quite a nice kind of mystical feel to bring, with the desert in the background and then the nighttime sky with the big stars and the moon, and then these strange dragonfish. Ooh. I haven't looked through this book properly. I haven't taken each image in because I like to save that for this video, so it's almost like first impressions. Again here, this is where it started getting a bit worse with the ink splodges. I don't want to have to show this off on a video, and I'm not showing it to complain about them at all. It's just that I didn't want to wait any longer to do a flip through of this book, because it'll become old by the time I release it otherwise. I've kept it in quarantine for a little while before I got it out, like I do with all my parcels. So this one doesn't have a name again, just number 3, and you can name it whatever you feel like, I think. And there seems to be a little paragraph here in some really kind of neat but wispy writing. This is again a really cute image, and it's kind of an abstract image, so all sorts of little images that kind of come together to form one, so there isn't really a theme in the background to colour in as a scene, if you know what I mean. I don't know if I'm explaining myself very well, but there's it kind of to me feels like there's different sections. So you've got the cat, and then you've got the dragonflies and the sun, so it doesn't form a whole scene to colour. It's kind of an abstract, so you can kind of fill in the background with whatever. And there's some nice kind of symbols around there that I've not seen before, so that's something a little bit different. And they've signed it here that it was created in 2019, and the cat looks like a really happy cat. She looks like, well, I presume it's a she. She looks like she's soaking in the sun and enjoying the dragonflies flying around, so that's really, really cute. And she has a little dragonfly necklace there around her neck, so she seems to be a fan of the dragonflies. This next one, number 4, and again no name. We have this to me feels like this is the cat that's the king, the ruler of all the people, and he seems to have caught the biggest fish ever to feed all of his people. That's what I see him as. It's kind of a bit like the Jesus painting where he's feeding the 5,000 and he has the fish on that table and the wine. This is what I feel like, but a cat version, if that even makes sense. And he looks like he seems to be really proud of this fish, and holding it above all the candles. I feel like they're doing some kind of ritual, like praise the fishes. It's quite a cute, funny image. I love how big the eyes are. It really draws you in. And they've really captured the cat noses really well, because obviously real cat noses have little bumps all over them, and these have little bumps all over them too, so that's really cool. There's a little fish necklace hanging down, and seems to have some kind of cloak on that's held together, and that looks like one of those symbols that they have in like Omega and Beta, that kind of thing. I don't know what symbol that is, but it seems like one of them. And then there's an A there. So really, really cute. This in the background as well is actually done in a really light grey outline as opposed to the darker outlines. And again, I feel like I found a hidden cat head. So maybe throughout this book there are little cat heads hidden and you've got to find them. But I won't point them all out to you if I do find them, just in case. It's like a little mission for you to do. But there is another little cat head just there, look. And there's not one all over, so I feel like it's an added little surprise. So maybe there's one on each page. So maybe you'll have to try and, if you do find one on these pages further on, comment down below, let me know where it is, because I'm not going to point any more out to you, just so it can give you a little challenge throughout the video. We'll move on to page 5. If you find a hidden little cat head in this one, comment down below and let me know where you've seen it. I actually can't see one yet. This is number 5, and this is quite clearly a Viking kitty. A really, really cute one, and it's got some strange little beings in it again. They look a bit like rats. This looks like a soldier rat with a sword and a Viking helmet with its tail wrapped around the horn of his helmet. And this is maybe another rat. It looks like, I don't know, it looks a bit rat-like, but also not. There's a fish here which I think is attached to this helmet. It looks like it's going through the spike. And then there's also some creatures down here that probably are more rats, since they're rats, so it's probably following the theme. They just look a little bit different. They're kind of rat-like, but also not. Maybe there's some kind of adaptation to a rat slash mouse slash, I don't know, something. I don't know if this is what I'm thinking, but this looks a little bit like a little nest here for the mice or rats. It has lots of flowing hair at the front of this cat head, kind of giving off a Viking beard vibe, which is awesome. The more you look at it, the more you see again, so that's why I'm kind of sat here just staring at the image, just to take it all in and take all the detail in. Obviously you'll keep finding more details when you get to it anyway, when you're colouring, which is also a fun thing for you to do. You just add something different. It's not just a plain image that you can just set out to colour. It's something that is also, it's an exciting little adventure to go through with the images. Here we have a grayscale cat. When I first saw the grayscale images, I was thinking, like, that's so well done, because this grayscale image looks like it's been taken from an actual photograph of this image, and obviously it's not taken from a photograph because a Viking cat does not exist. So the way that this is portrayed is really, really good. It looks literally like it has been taken from a real life image, so they've done a good job with this. But it's kind of also a bigger adaptation and a more detailed version of this page that we've just seen, and that theme does follow throughout this book, where there seems to be a lined drawing version and then a grayscale version of the same image. But as you can see, it's more of a zoomed out version and it has a lot more detail in it. So I guess if you like the image, you get 2 tries at it in 2 different adaptations, but if you don't like the image, then it kind of sucks a bit, because there's 2 of them. But again, we've got the little rats slash mice throughout, and I haven't seen the cat head in this one, but I won't point it out, so comment down below if you see it. This one stands out a bit easier than some of the others did. Again, there is some ink splodges on these pages, so please don't mind them. They're not on every page, it kind of stops after halfway through. So it looks like they've been in battle here as well, because you can see people in the background holding up their axes as though they're in battle, and then there's smoke as though things have been destroyed, so it is a bit of a war scene, which is quite cool. This gives a very lady theme, like I'm a lady cat. She feels like she's a posh cat. That's the vibe that I get. I love the long legs and the way she just stood there all proud. It's really, really cute. And I actually wanted, for one of my businesses, I wanted a glam cat as my logo, and I can't draw at all. So I was actually going to pay some artist to kind of draw me a glamour cat that's got big eyelashes and she looks all glam, because obviously we have 3 cats. I just wanted to incorporate that into my logo, which I still might do. I just haven't got around to doing it because I can't do it myself, unfortunately. This one has got a bit of some worse ink splodges on it, so it's kind of in places where if I didn't want to do a background, I can't cover them up, unfortunately, so I probably will have to definitely get a replacement sent out for this book. But moving on to the image, this one has the fishes again that are kind of flowing around the cat, which gives me the vibe that she's underwater, but she's obviously probably not, because cats don't tend to like water that much. Some do, but they don't really like it as much as fish do. And the fish seem to be flying around her, so maybe they're kind of teasing her, or maybe they're friends, because cats like to catch fish in the general portrait of a cat. I love that she has a little fish tag there around her necklace. But I would never have even thought to put jewellery on cats, and it actually really works as artwork. It's really cool. I'm looking for a hidden cat face, but I can't find one. Maybe there's not one on this picture. Or maybe I'm just not looking hard enough. Let me know if you found one. Oh, this one's sideways. Number 8. Oh, this seems to be another one where the cat's holding the fish, all proud like. And there's some love hearts. Again with the big eyes. And I like the way that there's shadow there. It makes the eyes look 3D, which is cool. The big peacock feathers in this one. It's quite an interesting image. This actually isn't one of my favourite ones out of all of them, just because it's a little bit difficult to make out parts of it. I feel like the cat has a scarf on, there's a scarf there, and then it's flowing there, and then obviously the big fish. But other than that, I wouldn't know what to do with this image. That's just my own preference. I don't really like images where stuff like this is added in around it, because I don't know, I just like to colour in a scene. I struggle with backgrounds and I wouldn't know what to do. But that's just my opinion, literally. I know some people will probably really love this style. This one actually makes me really sad, and it's the same image that is on the back cover that I showed you earlier on. Obviously it has the little quote there, "I'll be with you always," and it does make me really sad, because obviously we have 3 cats and I don't want to think about the worst that can happen, and that's what this image reminds me of. So I feel like I can't colour it in just because it makes me sad. But I love the way the cat hair there is curled. It reminds me of a little baby curl on the head, and there seems to be bubbles that rise up from the cat head. It's strange because I guess it's portraying that the cat's grown wings, isn't it? Because the cat's arms are here and then there's wings going out there. You just can't see its body and legs. I'm going to move on from this one quicker than the others. I don't like looking at that one. This one is so funny. I love it so much. And throughout the book it kind of does portray all the different characteristics of cats, the way that they just think they're in charge. They think that we humans should dote over them and bring them whatever they want whenever they want it. And that's what this image gives off to me, is that it's laid there in like a hot tub, relaxing with cucumbers on its eyes, having a little spa sesh. It's got prawns there, and then it has a mouse or a rat, whatever it is, fetching it food and bubbles to add. It's just really, really cool, and I love it. There's like a little scuba diving mouse there going for a swim, and then we've got the fish and a ducky. It looks like it's got a prawn in its hand. There's a scuba diving mouse there that's filing the cat's claws for it. That's really cool. I love the fact that they added the scuba diving equipment to it to show that it's having to kind of stand in the water and kind of file its claws for it. Got a little pearl bracelet on. That's it. It's really, really awesome. I love it. You can see some other cats enjoying the spa in the background as well, with little cocktails in their hands. I think this actually is my favourite image in the book. Just the humour of it. I feel like our cats are like that all the time, thinking that they deserve a spa day, that we should like run around after them, which we do anyway. This one reminds me of The Mask of Zorro, and the thing that I love the most about this image is that the mask is a fish. The fish head there, and then it goes around to a tail, but it is also a mask for the cat, and that's really, really awesome adaptation. I would never think to do that. I really like it. It has its sword. I'm not sure what it's holding. It looks like an egg. You can see a rat or a mouse kind of smoothing out the cat's little whiskers. Such a fun image. The mask is my favourite. I feel like when I colour this picture in, I would make a big feature out of this mask. I would attempt to try and make it so that was the piece that drew you in first. Kind of probably do some kind of glitter and metallic pens and things just to bring it out from the page, because that mask deserves to stand out the most. Here, as I mentioned before, is another copy of the Mask of Zorro image, but zoomed out further, more detail and grayscale version. So there is the rest of the mouse that's smoothing out his mustache, and I love the way that they have done this with the cat's hair. So they've taken it into like a mustache, and then it's got kind of a little goatee hanging down. I'm still not sure what this is meant to be though. I feel it does look like an egg, but why would it have an egg? I'm not sure. I love the little mice there just standing proud, like they're holding all their swords together. And I really like the feather. I don't know why, but feathers like this, in my head I always just straight away think of turquoise colours. That's probably what I'll end up doing it. I've just seen this here. So there's a mouse hiding in, is it the sleeve? I think it's the sleeve of the outfit, and it says on its top, "Real mice love cats." If only. This is a strange one. Number 13, so I think this is meant to be a meerkat. I do actually really like meerkats. Any adaptation with mermaids and cats and unicorns and everything, I love it. So I'm trying to hold this at a strange angle. It seems like there is a big kind of mum cat there holding on to its baby cat mermaids. I can see an arm around this one and an arm around this one, and they're holding on, and this one seems to be laying on its belly, and then there's some little mice mermaids there. There's a little baby one there. That is so adorable. Really, really strange seeing a mouse as a mermaid or a fish. Again, they've got their big Aztec looking eyes and a little seashell on its head. Please comment down below. I would be really interested to know what your favourite image is in this book and what your thoughts are on the artwork. I would love to know your opinion, so please let me know what your favourite image is. Just tell me the number if you're not sure what to call it, and I'd just be interested to know your opinions. This one, the cat is cuddling a fish, and it says "Love, be mine," little love hearts and everything all around. So it's kind of like a Valentine's image to a fish, which is cute. And in a weird way, it's actually on the 14th image, so it's like Valentine's Day, February the 14th. How cute. It's weird how they've given the cat Aztec looking eyebrows. But again, with this kind of image, I wouldn't know what to do with the background. It might be just fun just to make this the feature and just do something different in the background, but I would really struggle with this. It doesn't mean I don't like it, it's just something that I wouldn't know how to do, if you know what I mean. I wouldn't know how to put my own take on it. I love that these little fish here are kissing. You've got a little tail wrapped around the fish tail. To me though, this looks like the fish can't breathe and it's like, stop squeezing me! Which is probably what our cats are like with us. We're always giving them hugs when they don't want them. Page number 15. Do bear with my voice, I'm really sorry as well. I've had a sore throat for days and it's not the dreaded C word that obviously we've been dealing with in 2020, but it's just, it's kind of just been a weird sore throat that I've had now for 4 or 5 days. So my voice is kind of going a little bit. This is a spooky looking cat and it looks a bit like it's rising out of the ground like a zombie. So it's probably maybe a zombie cat, or maybe it's turning into a tree, because these look a bit like roots. I'm not sure what it's meant to be. I think that's a moon in the background, but then I'm not sure what all this is. Again, we've got the strange symbols that seem to be on every page. And these look like more zombie cats coming out of the ground. Does that cat only have one eye? I think that one has two, like an eye and then a hole for an eye. I don't know. I have been seeing more of the cat faces hidden on these pages, so make sure you comment down below when you spot the cat heads. That's cute. It's like a little zombie mouse. Like, it's like it's got a little zombie teeth. And there's a skeleton of a fish. It's really hard to kind of describe these pages. I don't really know what to say for some of them because I'm just taking my own adaptation of the page, but I might be wrong. Number 16 then, this looks like a queen fish, or maybe it's a bit like Beauty and the Beast. She has a rose, so you could probably bring that adaptation onto it. And then there's little fishes flying around her head, so maybe that's what she's dreaming about. And her crown has a tall cat on it with fish underneath. And then there's fish again on her staff. And she has a ring on, so she could be engaged or married to a king cat. This could be the queen to the king cat that we saw earlier on. Could make up little stories for them. This looks more like an Egyptian cat than the other one did. I love how her head's turned sideways. Like, that style cat is what I wanted for my logo as a glam cat. The way that she's standing and like the head shape. It's exactly how I would have liked it, but with like really big eyelashes and just like a glam cat. I love how there's braids and beads hanging down from all of her hair. And this looks like something that an Egyptian would wear, the big heavy gold pieces around their chests. There's a little mouse hiding there. That mouse actually looks a bit like Tutankhamun. It's got the lined headdress around it a little bit. I've got a feeling the next page is going to be grayscale. Yes. You can kind of tell, you know, when it's that zoomed in, the next one's going to be a zoomed out version. Again, this looks like it's been taken from an actual photograph, so I am amazed at how they've done this with the grayscale. I love that they've added the like kind of jewellery cusps to her tail that you would probably wear around your wrist. I love that. And there's a big jewellery fish piece there attached by all the braids. And then the pharaohs seem to be the mice again. They're as big as the pyramids by the looks of it. I love this one, the way that it's walking. It's got a 6-pack, this mouse has, and it's also walking like an Egyptian. It's so awesome. Let me try and zoom in for you. How cute is that? So it's got a little 6-pack going on, and then its arms are like walking like an Egyptian, and then there's one there kneeling down, praying to the queen cat. And I love how it looks like she's got eyeliner on to make it look like her eyes are the Egyptian symbols. It's amazing. I really like this one. This is probably another one of my all-time favourites in this book, and I probably would colour this one in one of the first images. Well, this one's a bit all over the place, got a lot to take in here. So number 19, I'll try and speed up a little bit because I'm already taking half an hour just to get through this bit of the book. So this kind of just looks like a jumble of cats. There's randomly a pirate looking one here. I love the paws that's sticking out, and little back feet. And yeah, I guess this portrays kind of like when there's loads of kittens and they all get together, they kind of just end up in mashups like this, like treading on each other's faces. That's kind of what I get from this. And I don't know, they kind of look like they're all just trying to fight to get to the front for attention. This one's just like, looks like it's loving life, laying upside down with his arms spread out. I'm not sure what this is. Oh, I've just spotted the like secret little cat head. See if you can find it. It's a bit of a strange image, that one. This one's a really cute one, number 20, and I love that the cat face is reflected in the water as well, and it looks like it's literally about to pounce on the fish. But I thought the fishes were the cat's friends in this book. It doesn't look like it on this image, but it looks like the edge of kind of a really nice looking like Roman bath. It reminds me of a Roman bath for some reason. Like I would do these like porcelain tiles in blue and white for some reason. That's just what I image in my head. And then it's looking down at the yummy fishes below. Well, this is a strange one. Number 21. One of my cats, the Howard, stole. It literally says stole my pen and changed my drawing. The little rascal. Can you help me find what he changed? So this is a Spot the Difference page, which is a bit different. I don't think I've come across a Spot the Difference in any of the Colour in Heaven magazines yet. Not the ones that I have anyway. I haven't been subscribed since the very beginning, but I have been for quite a while now. So this one has a little, it's like a toothbrush and clippers there attached to its hat. It looks like another steampunk themed cat again. And it's basically obviously a Spot the Difference, but I don't think I would do anything on this page just because it looks really busy and fiddly, and because there's two versions. I guess what you could do, because what I thought of at first is that these were bookmarks, so what you probably could do if you didn't want to do the Spot the Difference is just colour them in and then cut them out and use them as bookmarks. That would be a nice idea. Number 22. So this looks a bit like it's a cat laying on its cat bed, but again there's fish flying around it. So I don't really understand that. I don't know, maybe it's dreaming about fish and that's why they're flying around it, but there is a lot of flying fish in this book, which is strange. And again it has a Aztec themed eyebrows. This is another hard one to kind of make out, but it does look like another steampunk themed cat, and I've got a feeling this one will be a grayscale one behind. But yeah, it's got its little mouse friends, and I don't have a lot to say about this image. I don't really know what to say about it other than it seems to have the same, because those hats are steampunk with the chimney thing, and it's got the kind of metallic glasses to look through, the little mouse copying, and then yeah, there we have the grayscale version behind it, which is more zoomed out. So now I can kind of see what the image is and make it out. So I think it's supposed to be a lady because this looks like a corset dress, but maybe I'm wrong, maybe it could be a man. But it seems like she has a necklace on and then a fan to fan herself, and looks like the male fish are kind of just staring at her. And she has a little mouse friends all hanging on throughout, and again a big peacock feather. So she seems like a really cute one. I would colour this one over this one. I would definitely choose this one, I think. This looks like a catfish with a strange looking seahorse that literally has a horse's head, well, horse mouth on it. But we have some jellyfish and seahorses and a mouse fish. This fish has arms. So the catfish seems to be playing a harp as well, and has some big kind of leaves around its neck, and some beads. Another strange image, a cute adaptation of a cat. I like this one. So it's raining, the cat's holding an umbrella, and again there's fish flying around, and we have those symbols again. I don't know what they mean, but I don't know if you can tell, but there does seem to be a bit of an Aztec theme throughout. I call it Aztec, maybe it's not, but all the eyes seem to have the triangle shapes and the patterns, and then we have the symbols. So there's lots of big whiskers. This is quite a standard cute image, and then you've got kind of rain clouds surrounding the cat. This one made me laugh when I saw it, and number 27, Go Juice. So it's drinking a cup of coffee, and there seems to be planets spinning around its head, and says buzz, bliss, coffee, not enough, oh yeah, too much. So it's kind of obviously this cat's a coffee fan, and it needs coffee to get through its day. Little coffee beans spilled everywhere, and it just seems like quite a fun, cute quote page. I think I would colour this one. It's one of those ones again where you probably would just focus on this piece, and I probably wouldn't do the background, I don't know, but you could make it really bright colours and make it stand out and kind of like in your face, which would be quite fun. This one, number 28, is a psycho cat, and I think most cats are psycho cats. Probably I think this is taken from obviously when a cat has its psycho moments, because I don't know about you if you have cats, but our cats literally, they do it throughout the day, but for some reason at night time they feel the need to suddenly just start zooming through the house as fast as they can possibly run, and they'll run up stuff and then run down it and then run, and sometimes they go that fast you don't even see them going in and out of the room, so it's quite funny. Number 29, again, looks like the same kind of theme that we had earlier on with the masquerade and the fish mask again. Maybe this is a girl version. She looks like she's got a necklace and a heart necklace on and a fish on her fan, so it kind of does seem very similar to the one we saw earlier on, but again, I love the fish mask. And we do have another grayscale version, so you can kind of see they're probably at a masquerade ball. There's other people behind, and we have the big peacock feathers again and the big fish mask, which I love. I probably would enjoy colouring this one in too. I love the big swaves of the dress and the jewellery. It's really, really cute. Number 31, this one seems like quite a plain image, so you could probably put whatever you wanted as reflecting in these glasses. This one seems like quite just a cool dude, a cool little cat just chilling in the sunshine. Oh, I can see it's killed a bug. The remains of a bug and its legs are scattered, which is also something, if you have cats you'll know that that's something that you probably will find around your house, because every now and again we'll find a spider that the cat has killed, but it hasn't just killed it, it's chucked its legs everywhere. Pretty minging. I hate spiders, and finding spider legs is not very pleasant. This one's number 32, so this must be like a flying cat. Again, it looks very steampunk, and it must have created some kind of flying device where it can fly above the skyscrapers and going on a little mission, I guess. You can see the mouse hanging on for dear life, holding its little suitcase, and there's a little cat charm hanging off there. Again, we have those symbols. And a little mouse hanging on there. So that's pretty cool. I'm not a big fan of steampunk, and there is a lot of steampunk themed throughout this book, but which I probably won't colour in. I like the other styles, but the steampunk styles I probably won't colour in, but that's just my opinion. I'm just not a big fan of steampunk myself. This cat looks very content and happy, and like it has a full belly of fish, since the evidence is surrounding it with the fish skeletons, and it's laid out really cute and comfily, and probably just got going into a little hibernation mode from its feast. And this is another Go Juice one with the coffee, giving it a big boost by the looks of it with its giant eyes, and it's very strange though. I wouldn't have thought to put coffee and a cat together. I'm not really sure what that means. Do cats like coffee? I've never really tried them with it. I don't think I would dare try coffee with a cat just in case. It probably wouldn't like it. Anyway, our cats, the smell would probably just deter it. But yeah, it seems like to be another image of the coffee theme. Oh, here we have a pirate cat. It's a different one now. It's got the giant pirate hat on it. Again, this looks like it's going to be repeated in the grayscale behind. Then we have the pirate mouse there with its peg leg and a hook for a hand. That's really cool. Eye patch. I like that the eye patch, the skull and crossbones, looks like a cat skull with the ears. Yeah, here it is, zoomed out a bit further and grayscale, and looking like it's been taken from a real still image. It's really, really awesome. It's got the Aztec themed eyes again, and the mouse with its peg leg. I just love that. I like the way that the outfit's torn. 37, then we're nearly there at the end. This one looks like it's a cat that's in Zen mode, maybe doing a bit of yoga or a bit of what's the word for it? Doing a bit of meditation, probably. Meditating about fish while the mice are meditating about cheese. They're sat on a piece of cheese, this is sat on a fish, and these have the cheese floating around its head, and this has the fish floating. So it's quite cute. It's weird how this cat has boobs. I haven't seen them on any of the other cats, so that's a bit different. Little meditating cat. I love the yoga band around its head. Ooh, Halloween. Number 38 is Pumpkin with cats. I love this one. I love their little eyes, how they just look so mischievous, like, oh look what we found, a giant pumpkin, like they're just about to start playing with it or eating it. And this looks very autumny as well, with the autumn leaves around it, and they've really made the pumpkin stand out and look very evil, so I really like this. I think I'd be scared to colour it because in my head I know how I want pumpkins to come out, and I always want them to have the oranges and the yellows and the greens, because they're not always completely orange, but then I can never make it look that way, so sometimes I just don't colour them in because I don't want to ruin them. Here we have another steampunk cat. Looks like it's flying again, but this time it's flying on a aeroplane scooter. And the aeroplane here is saying more cat treats. And it looks like this mouse is steering with the pirate ship wheel. It's pretty cute. Very strange. There's a little baby mouse there attached to it on a little sidecar. We'll have a lot of flying cats in this book. I think 40 was the last one, wasn't it? So this looks like, this looks like a French cat, and a cat cafe, and a plat du jour. I don't know if I said that right, but it looks like a French food menu. It says tuna souffle, salmon crepes, cheese and shrimp baguette, fromage et crevettes baguette, bon appetit. Here they are eating their food. So again, the cat has coffee, I think. There's some mice there having a little meeting, and obviously when you go to France you kind of think of cheese boards and olives and crackers, and that's what's on the plate. And then it looks like a typical painter with a beret and a big feather It looks like it's actually writing with a quill in this book, and it says, believe in yourself always. God loves you and believes in you. Don't give up, you are worth it. Life is hard, so have more treats. That's a pretty nice little addition and cute. I like that. And there's a cat head sign there that with the little moustache. It's really, really cute. I like it. And there we have the end of the colouring book. I do have this colouring book to show you next as well. So let me know your thoughts of this colouring book down below in the comment section, and also comment and tell me which number was your favourite page to colour in, or that you would colour. If you are still watching this video, thank you very much for watching to this part, and I really, really appreciate it. I just want to say thank you to everyone as well for supporting me so far. This channel is growing extremely fast, a lot faster than I thought it would, and it's all down to all of you that are watching me and subscribing, so thank you so very much. If you are not subscribed, please consider hitting that subscribe button, as it does help me out a ton, and it's completely free, and just also encourages me to do more videos and lets me know that you actually are enjoying them and want to watch more. All my social medias are linked down below as well as usual, and any other links that may be of use are all linked down below. And in my Facebook page, people don't know, but you can come and just literally post any of your current progress, any of your current projects that you're working on, any of the crafts that you do. It can be any craft. Just come and post about it, and we can get conversations running with each other, and we may find friends that we didn't realise we would find, so that would be nice, wouldn't it? That is literally the end of this video. I can talk forever. So thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.